Hey Harmonizers, we are loading up to take the Mustangs to their first ever offsite experience, and then that's Alicia who just hopped on the trailer there to go to her first show in over a year. So I'm just going to show you guys them loading onto the trailer. They were superstars. We had been practicing for the last 3 days of feeding them their grain on the trailer just to kind of make it a no big deal type of experience, and wanted it to be nice and easy in the morning for heading off to the show. So Alicia went on first, Elon going there second, and I put them on the same order when I was doing prepping them when we were practicing at green time, just so that way it would be really easy. And then Tim's so adorable. I take him out and I'm just latching the gate there, and before I turn to go, he starts to go to the trailer, so I just kind of let him go and self-load himself. That was the first time that he ever self-loaded, and he was just eager to get on and get his food. You definitely can't underestimate the power of positive reinforcement and using food as a reward. It made things pretty easy for the whole trailer loading experience, and I just think it's important to make sure that we make the trailer a happy place, so why not use food? So this video we're going to focus on Elon. Here's a little look at him playing around in the water and doing the tire obstacle. So I didn't have somebody to film. I was there by myself for the horses, and then my parents were there to help with the girls. But I was able to find somebody willing to film him, as well as the video with Timmy, and then my dad did a little filming with Alicia. So I didn't get to film him on all of his obstacles or everything that he did, just because I was kind of asking for favors from other people to film. As you can see, it's a really big park and there's trees all around, so setting up my tripod or even the pivot wasn't super possible just because everything's spread out all over the place. But Elon did everything really amazing. He's the slow thinker kind of guy, so every so often he might have paused for a second, but for the most part he just went over everything and really didn't struggle with any obstacle to do them. Here he struggled a little bit with me asking him to trot. With Timmy, I haven't been practicing trotting beside him at home yet, so I didn't bother asking for trot when we were off site, whereas Elon has been trotting very easily at home. So I thought, well, we should be able to trot this little log together. And I actually did do a little bit of trotting in hand, kind of in the general open field, which I don't have on film for you guys. So he'd already done a little bit of trotting beside me, and then coming over this little log, he's like, what do you mean we know how to trot? So I'm just kind of asking him to do his little trot. There he gives me the tiny little jump, and then this is the direction I was asking him to trot from. So I'm trying to get him to do his little trot here, which he eventually does for me and goes over the little pole, no problem. And the trotting beside is going to be pretty important. That's one of the things that we need to do for his in-hand patterns as part of the Mustang challenge. And then he's also been learning how to do sideways towards me and sideways away. So here I asked him to do sideways over the pole, which he did no problem at all. So we also did the little curtain, which I'll take him through here. And he did that really, really easily. You know, he slows down there. He's definitely a little thinker, but pretty confident in everything that he was doing. And he did great with all the commotion of the show and everybody warming up and moving around. He really acted pretty much like a normal horse, so to speak. He was really, really good about that. And then this was the water. He was slow to do the water, but I think the biggest reason for that is I am up on the side of the bank not wanting to go into the water, and he was confused about that. He thought maybe he should come up the side with me. So showing him that he was supposed to put his feet in the water and work his way through was just a little bit different for him, and I ended up using cookies every step of the way to just kind of reward him and reassure him where he was supposed to go. And then it made for a really happy experience. So I just think we can make things a lot easier on horses and using rewards. The thing is, I'm not holding a bunch of food in front of him trying to bribe him across. I'm offering him cookies as rewards when he takes those steps. And this is one of the things that we have to be really careful about when we're using positive reinforcement or using food is your horse can develop some bad habits or different behaviors that you don't really want them to if you're not careful about how you use the positive reinforcement. So that's really, really key. And I always get asked, why is the water so blue? So here in Ontario, anyways, there's a lot of horse parks that put this blue stuff in the water, which helps with the algae, but it's still safe for the like bugs and things like that to be in the water, and it can still be drank as well. I'm not really sure exactly what it is because I don't use it myself. I don't have a water feature, but I've asked in the past, and they say that it's something to help with the algae and kind of keeping the water healthy if there's not like a fountain or something to keep the water moving. So it helps with that. And then if there is fish, which this one doesn't have fish, then it helps with protecting the fish from birds and stuff from being able to see them. So that was little Elon going through the water. He did a really good job. And then there's him tied at the trailer when I'm bringing Timmy back. He's not pulling or doing anything. He's eating his hay bag, in contrast to Alicia, who's like, what's going on? So you don't want to miss Alicia. She was crazy, but the Mustangs, they were little superstars.